there's other parts of this that I will explain. So number one, when the computer was sent to me, it was supposed to go to Phil, apparently. At least that's what he said in the video. It came to me. We all know what happened with that situation. So now let me jump forward to the hacking situation and how Rich is involved with it. And I'm just being 100% honest. I haven't talked to Rich about this part. The IP address that was listed on that computer was shown on one of his streams. Did he do it on purpose? I don't think he did. Obviously, I don't think he did, but I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure he'll message me or somebody will say that. But the IP address to that computer was shown around the time when he asked people to get dirt on me. And that still bothers me to this day, obviously. And I'll follow that up with saying that due to the investigation that we did on the PC, without getting into super details, Rich has denied it, and I accept that. Fine, he didn't do it. That's 100% fine. I will say this live for the first time ever. IP address came from New York State. So somebody logged into that computer from a New York State IP address into the PC. Is there a possibility it has something to do with the Dropbox? There's a possibility. There's no way to prove any of this stuff. I'm not saying it was Rich. I'm saying that I have solid 110% proof, and Serial Vapus can come over and look at it himself and show you guys. So I have a second party person. I'll get my roommate to show it. I'll get fucking Justin to show it if we need to show it. But an IP address logged into that computer from New York City. I looked into it. Obviously, I made a police report when I was getting death threats and when my account was hacked. The police department took all information, and including Rich's information. I don't know if they ever contacted him. I have no idea what's going on with that. Due to the fact that it wasn't a lot of money, they basically said to me, like, we can take the report in, and when it comes to getting doxxed or getting a death threat against you, if anything comes through the department, somebody calls in and says, hey, Jay's up in the fucking church with a gun, they're going to call me first. So that's all that did. Now, I will say this as well. I was contacted from New York by the police in New York. And there was conversations between police in New York City and me sitting here in Canada. So that's ongoing as well. So I'm being completely open with you guys when it comes to that situation. The hacking situation is not over by any means. Rich says he had nothing to do with it. I highly believe him. I don't know how he would have anything to do with it. However, there was a stream where my IP address was on the stream. So I don't know what to say about that. I'm just being 100% honest. The time frame doesn't look great because somebody obviously saw it on there and took it off there. That stream, I believe, is not on his page anymore. Again, it was on the background when he was showing Dropbox stuff, I'm assuming. And so well, Rich is saying, no, it was not me. So again, I'm not saying it was Rich. I'm just telling you the facts. We looked at the computer and there was an IP address logged in from New York. So, and I got a phone call from the police department, which also was confirmed to be the real police from New York City. I'm not a jackass. I want to remind you guys as well, Justin, who is a police officer, has been my, whatever you want to call it. He is literally my go-to. I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. He gave me all the advice. He's been a police officer for 20 years. He's the one that told me to go to the police department, make the report, make sure that all of the information I have is given to them. So this is the first time I've told you guys this. The PC, unfortunately, if you're going to put a backdoor in there, there's many different ways to do it. The information I have basically right now is that if you're going to really embed like a backdoor into Windows, it has to be done through the OS. And if it's deleted after the fact, it is extremely hard to find any evidence of it being there in the first place. So the PC is still sitting right here. And we are continuing to look at it. Now, unfortunately, some of that stuff is taking way longer than I wanted. So that, I'm just bringing this up. It's not over with. I'm not laying down and being like, well, the hacking thing happened, that's that. I'm doing my best to find out who did this. And right now, that's all of the information I have to share with you guys when it comes to that. Now, I've gotten information about other things, has nothing to do with Rich, and it's hopefully going to lead to something. So not only was the hacking situation fucking waking up in the morning and seeing that was absolutely insane to me, and I still, you know, I still fucking get like nervous about that. I had to change my phone numbers, I had to change my accounts, I had to change my PSN fucking emails. I had to do like, in 10 days, I had to do so much work. Change cards, change accounts. I had to go to my doctor's office to explain the situation that took place, which I already explained to you guys already. Somebody had called my doctor. Somebody called my fucking pharmacy. Somebody had called a pizza place. I mean, it was ridiculous. So, obviously, that's as much as I can say about that situation. And again, people are like, well, you didn't report this. You didn't do that. Justin and his brother, who I work with, are police officers. You guys think I just sat here and just went, wow, well, I got hacked and that's that. And again, I didn't, what's the word here? I didn't report it due to the internet shit that was happening. I did it because I was fucking hacked. And that crossed a line that's absurd to me. So those are the hard statements there. Rich has said he hasn't done it, and the police have that statement. I've given that statement to them, and I don't think they've contacted him. And he's in the chat saying he had nothing to do with it. I don't think Rich would do that. It does not make sense to fucking hack me around the same time that we're having this like internet beef. So hopefully that turns that whole fucking chat in, that situation. Hopefully that turns it in, and that's it. There's not much more I want to say about it, and it's unfortunate it came to that, and I am going to find out who did it. It's taking a little bit more time, and there's a reason the PC is still here, and I don't really want to talk about that any much more. If I find out who's done it, and we're legally allowed, then I would fucking tell you guys. But at this point in time, I don't know anything else about it. So that's the hacking situation, which happened. I don't know how else to explain that. So at the end of the day, that's that. So Rich is saying, like, let me come on and explain, dude. I mean, it's clear as day here. Let's just move on from it. He says he has nothing to do with it. So yeah. Listen, look at this. Ready for this? If the name came back and I found out that Rich did it, you guys would be the first to know. And I would phone Rich right away and be like, hey, buddy, remember when you said you didn't do this? Well, here you go. Now, I'm not saying it was him whatsoever. I'm just saying that I'm not going to fucking let the whole PC thing go because of how much fucking stress I had to go through on that. Like, that's fucked up.